Hi everybody, we're here once again in Eurovision Fantasia, and today we have with us the German act for Eurovision 2023 in Liverpool, Lord of the Lost. Hi, thank you so much for coming to our channel and taking time to answer our questions.
Thanks for having me. I mean, you've gotten 1/5. That has to be enough for today. Yeah,
Yeah,
it
It's
has to be
good.
enough. Yeah, hi. Thanks
I mean
for
it's
having me.
I
Yeah.
know it's difficult. I know it's difficult to gather and to catch you all at the same time because you like have your own stuff going on, and yeah, it's difficult. So yeah, thank you so much. So
Yeah.
yeah, as I say, you are the German entry for this year's Eurovision 2023 Liverpool in May. And this is because you won the German pre-selection, also led for Liverpool, and now you will have the chance to represent Germany. First of all, congratulations because it was a tough competition,
Thank
and
you.
there were really good songs. But your show was one of the best ones, and visually was amazing also. So
Thank you.
congratulations for that. And before we enter like Eurovision like topics and stuff, let's talk about the band. So when was the
Yeah.
band created, and how do you feel when you were entering the competition? And also now that you won, what are your expectations for Eurovision?
Okay. Between creating the band and entering Eurovision, there has been 13 years.
Yeah, everything, literally, all your career. Yeah.
So I don't know how much time you have. No, but essentially, Lord of the Lost. It started out as a solo project from our singer Chris in 2007, really. But we usually don't count that because it wasn't the band back then, it was just him wanting to do a certain style of music, and he called it Lord. But finding out that making band music, if you want to play live shows, you need a band. You need to be a band.
Yeah.
So in 2009, that's when the band was formed, and for example, our bass player Klaas, who is one of the founding members, they found together and other people, and over the years we had some lineup changes. I joined, for example, in 2016, but over those years we put out 8 regular studio albums. We put out 3 acoustic albums together with an orchestra, which is our own little side project we have. It's called the Lord of the Lost Ensemble, and the albums are called Swan Songs. We toured a good amount, not only Germany or Europe, but also, for example, Mexico or China, the US. Yeah, so we've been around for a while, and now also we have at least the German preliminaries under our belt, that we won that, and now we're entering Eurovision. That is still, after quite a career of ours and quite a long time together, it's a brand new thing, and new things always excite us. And yeah, now I'm quite curious what's going to happen. I don't know what to expect. I'm not really expecting anything, because that's usually when the best things happen, because you're open to a lot. So when I'm going in there and I'm like, I don't know what's going to happen, let's just enjoy it and see what happens. Yeah.
Fair enough. That's so true. So you
Yeah.
guys been together for a very long time. Has Eurovision been on the radar for a long time, or is it just like a new idea you guys have had like in the last couple of years? Something you guys wanted to do?
It's not a long time, but I'd be lying if it was just this year that we've applied as well. Because at some point in time, the idea was in our heads, but I didn't really follow that until last year. We've applied last year as well, with a different song. So everyone that's saying Blood and Glitter was only for Eurovision, no, we've applied last year with a different song, and Blood and Glitter was already written back then. It was written in August 2021, actually. But yeah, it's something. Eurovision is something that I think doesn't matter which scene you're from, which genre you're from. It's always the question of why not. I mean, there's nothing to lose, really. If for us, at least, there was nothing to lose, because if we wouldn't have tried, we just would have carried on our year like it already is. We're in 1 month, we'll be touring South America. After Liverpool, 2 weeks later, we'll be playing our first shows and starting a tour that basically goes until August.
Wow. That's long.
Yeah. So it's something where we're like, why wouldn't we try? And especially this year, we feel like we are a great addition to a lot of diverse acts.
Definitely.
So yeah, and we ended up there.
Yeah, why not? I mean, you don't have anything to lose and everything to win, so why not enter it? So
Exactly.
Yeah. So let's talk about the song. So you said that Blood and Glitter wasn't like I mean that you already like were thinking of submitting for Eurovision, but it was like something that you will like also include in your albums and then in normal, like you will play normally in your concerts. What inspired you to write the song, and why you choose to enter with this song especially, and also what's the message behind it?
Well, essentially, the whole Blood and Glitter thing, it was an idea that wasn't the song, really. It was just the whole idea of it is based on a photo book. It's a photo book by Mick Rock. I was thinking of Doom all of the sudden. The soundtrack, no, Mick Rock. He's a photographer that mainly photographed artists in the 70s and 80s, like Freddie Mercury or David Bowie, The Sweet, all of those glam bands and huge artists back then. And he put out a photo book of all of these pictures. And it's a certain kind of vibe that you get from it. It's a very, very raw, joyous vibe that you're getting. And the whole aesthetics of it, we tried. So you can call the album Blood and Glitter a try of transporting that vibe that we got from that photo book. So the overall aesthetic of Blood and Glitter, not only the song, but the whole album, is we went into a more glam direction with that's not really 70s, but with a lot of 80s influence, a lot of synthesizers, a lot of weird drums and percussions that you would mainly hear in songs by Aha or someone. We enjoyed that, and we wanted to transport that feeling. So it's way more than just the aesthetics and looks, because we're glittery and stuff.
We love glitter.
Yeah, same. So good fit. And with the song, I can tell you this: it was written with the stage in mind.
Okay.
And in retrospect, I think the whole album was written with a stage in mind, because this album was written at a time where we weren't able to see any stages, because it was during the pandemic. But it was also like on the uphill side of the pandemic, where maybe there was a chance that we can do the thing again that we love. So in retrospect, this feeling is also us just wanting to get on stage again and wanting to channel this feeling into songs, because I think this whole album is a very good live album. It's made to be presented on a stage. And then again, there is no bigger stage than Eurovision, really. So it's pretty much made for it in a way. And when we talk about the message of Blood and Glitter, when you look at our discography, you will notice a lot of facets of ours. The predecessor of Blood and Glitter is an album called Judas, and it's very dark. We're all black and white. The songs are very, very emotionally heavy in a way, and it's super sinister also in a way. And the whole aesthetic, we all have black eyes. We for everything we've worn those black sclera lenses that completely fill out your eye.
Yeah.
So we basically made a 180. But it's also a part of us doing this. It's also a sign of us that we wanted to show, and it's a very contrasting side. And going now to the song Blood and Glitter, the words Blood and Glitter are very contrasting words.
Of course.
First of all, we have the word blood in it. It's not about spilling blood. It's not about warfare or violence. Because some people said it, how could you put out a song like that in times like these? I get it, but I also don't get it. But blood is something that it's literally said in the song, we are all from the same blood. It's something that unites us all. So it's a song about unity. And while we are all the same in a way, there are nuances to us that only each individual has. And this song is meant as an empowerment to embrace those nuances, and not only in yourself, but also in others, and to be a bit more empathetic and tolerant with other people, because ultimately everyone gets to choose who they are and should get to choose who they are, and feel empowered by that song for that. Yeah.
I love that. Let's talk a bit more about Eurovision now. So you're obviously going for Germany, and Germany is one of the big five, as well as the big five in Ukraine get to go automatically into the final. Don't have to worry about qualification, anything like that. How does it feel? No, you don't have to worry about the stress of qualifying for the final. You're just going to be there anyway. No matter what, you're going to be on a stage in front of 200 million people watching your performance.
I have to admit one thing. I didn't know that there's a thing like the Big Five.
Really?
Yeah, exactly. I was like, oh, so that's a thing. Well, lucky us. And that is something that's also a bit weird in a way, because yes, there's the Big Five, but and that's probably I'm taking the message away already that I wanted to give at the end that you're going to ask me, but we are only in the Big Five because we are lucky to be from Germany.
Yeah.
So we didn't do anything for it at all.
You were born.
We were born.
You were born. That's big.
Thank you, mother. No, but we didn't do anything for that in a way. And when I think of the whole concept that there's always an artist representing a country, and the voting system, which to me feels like sometimes feels like a voting system where it's being voted for countries and not the songs. I don't think that's fair to vote for countries, because, as I said, everyone is lucky, or depends on the country, rather unlucky to be born there and to be from there. So what I'd wish for is that people actually vote for songs and what they like best. Doesn't matter if they understand the language or not, but that's what should be voted for, and not for where they're from. So, coming to your question, the Big Five, I had no idea that this existed, and yeah, I think we're performing at those finals. Which is nice. Looking forward to that, and actually that takes a lot of pressure away from us, because it's like additional rehearsals of the show. Yeah. So
you don't need to go through the stress of like voting on the semifinals and everything, waiting for the results and everything.
Yeah.
But you will rehearse also as much as the other countries, and I think you will also perform on the semi-final where Germany votes. So you will, but you
One.
won't be judged. You won't be judged, but you can just perform and enjoy the
Oh,
performance.
we will always be judged.
I there for your winning performances actually, because I'm going. I think if you're forming semi-one jury, I think I'm going to be there. So you might see you there actually.
In Liverpool. Nice. Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
So I'm not talking about the performance and what's gonna happen in Liverpool. I guess that you are busy now, like with like working on other music, also and rehearsing for your concerts and these tours that you mentioned in Latin America and then in summer. But talking about the performance of Blood and Glitter, what can we expect in Liverpool from you? Can we expect something similar? I mean, I guess that the staging will be different, or you will change something, but the aesthetics and the outfits will be similar, right? Because that's like your identity, the outfits and the aesthetics.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, in a way they will be similar, but still there will be adjustments. There will also be adjustments.
Upgraded, yeah.
Sure. Yeah. There will be more glitter.
Okay.
I'm very sure of that. I know it for a fact.
Eurovision
And
glitter is
essentially, with the whole stage performance, the base is what you've seen at the preliminaries. But we have a bigger stage. We have more possibilities. We are upgrading our outfits. It's just bigger. Everything's just bigger except us. And I'm not playing the guitar. I'm playing at the prelims. I'm playing a different one that's going to play a certain role in the staging. But that's all I'm going to say.
Is there fire? Often I can imagine fire coming out of the guitar or something, or glitter like exploding out your guitar.
I'm not going to say anything towards that. Yeah.
Okay. That is very, very exciting. But also, Eurovision now, every single song has been out, is now confirmed for this year. Have you heard any of the other songs you're competing against? And if you do, have you got any favorites? Have you spoken to any of the artists yet you're going to be competing against?
Yeah. I'm really loving Cha 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 and Tattoo.
Of course.
Great songs. For Cha 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 is just hilarious. It's like the best trip ever.
It's so iconic.
Yeah. And I think with Tattoo you can't write a better pop song, really. You can only write a different one. It's super. I like it a lot, and I think those are among my favorites. Even though I've listened here and there to a few snippets of, for example, Croatia. What the hell? It's super good. I mean, I'm that's the thing I'm looking forward to the most is seeing the staging of everyone and listening to the songs during the rehearsals. But yeah, I think Cha 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 and Tattoo are my favorites.
They are like also
nice.
fan. And number 1 and 2 in the fan pollings right now. Like everyone's obsessed. We actually saw Loreen win her national final last weekend, so we got to see it actually live. It was insane. Like, literally insane.
It was so good.
It was so good. But when we were watching it, there was so much fog on the stage. We could barely see her when she was performing because they just put too much on. We couldn't even like see where she was on the stage when she was doing it.
Yeah.
Hopefully they will fix that for Liverpool. Yeah, I'm not talking about Eurovision in general and Germany. You didn't know that. I mean, you weren't very familiar with Eurovision because you didn't know that it was a big five and stuff. But do you have any favorite songs from Germany or other countries that you remember from Eurovision history?
Yeah. The best song for me was Stefan Raab with Wada Hade Dude Da. It's such a stupid humor, but it's so stupid that even though it's in German in a way, not really, it's easy to get it on an international level. So it's odd enough for it. It was very brave as well to perform that. I like that a lot.
Do any of us do you know Lorene's other song, Euphoria?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
Like that's like the most common answer we get. I love when we get an answer that's like no one's ever said to us before. I love that. That's great.
I mean, it's what you asked for was German songs, right?
Or general.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just thinking of Germany because right now, for me, because it's such a special way that they did now, and they're huge now, is Måneskin with Siete Buoni.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite ever.
Really?
But also, yeah, but also tied into the whole attitude they have.
Yeah.
They're very reckless in a way. They don't care about anything.
I've seen their Instagram. I can agree on that. I'm actually missing their concert to go see Eurovision now, so fine. It's fine. But we have actually finished all our questions for today's interview. So thank you so much for coming to talk to us today. We really appreciate it, and we wish you the best of luck in the competition. And hopefully, we see you in Liverpool. Finally, do you have a message to send to our followers at Eurovision Fantasia?
As I said, vote for the song you like best. It doesn't matter where they're from. You try to erase that from your mind. Obviously, this has to come from someone from Germany. No, I'm just kidding. No, but just go for the song you like best, and that's the best choice for you. And if you like our song best, vote for us. If not, that's totally fine. I think everyone who's there has already won to a certain degree. And I hope you all enjoyed, and thanks for having me.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.